So this was one of your best performances, in my opinion, because other than your energy and your dialogue, there was so much power in your silent moments, in your facial expression.
Oh, thank you.
What did you do to really prepare for this kind of role?
That's a nice thing to say. I mean, we did a lot of preparation. We made a lot of choices. When I say we, David and I, and yeah, I mean, there were a lot of things a lot of mannerisms and things about him that, it was an interesting way of working. To be honest, we thought of a lot of the exterior things, curly hair led us to why he wears curly hair. Like chewing his tongue led us to why, but it wasn't like, oh, he's this, so then he chews his tongue. We sort of worked outside in some ways. The way he walks, all that stuff, and the moaning and the thing, all that. And then it all sort of came together in a very real way, and it all makes sense that he's just sort of like guy who's like a child, and he wants to be a man, and he's innocent and naive but ambitious, and wants to break out of living at home, and it all sort of worked. But yeah, there's a lot going on with that guy, even physically and like vocally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very layered. So while your character wasn't a hustler or con artist per se, he was an FBI agent, he was still kind of hustling, right? What was his hustle?
Well, his hustle was that he was trying to hustle to the FBI that he's better equipped than he is to deal with the project that he's trying to create, this huge, massive takedown of government officials and white-collar crime. And he's also trying to hustle his way out of his life and into a different life, and he really wants to I think he's sort of blown away by what Irving's able to do, and I think enraptured by it. And he falls in love with Amy, and he tries to sort of hustle. He doesn't really hustle his way with Amy. He's very honest with her. In that bathroom stall, he doesn't try to have sex with her. He sort of leans back and says, "I like you," as if they're in like an 8th grade dance or something.
What man does that?
I know, right? I mean, seriously, it's like, I love that moment. It's like, what's happening? He lifts her dress up, puts her up against the wall, and then he falls back and she's like, "I like you."
It was pretty cute.
Yeah.
A little awkward, pure.
Yeah.
So I read a quote of yours that I love so much when you were speaking about when you're the most vulnerable, the truth comes out. Mm-hmm. Do you think, as an actor, David really brings out that truth in you?
Oh, yeah, with everybody, all the time, in every scene. There is no light scene at any shooting day, and you just think like, okay, back into the fold, back on the field, and it's taxing. It's a lot of energy, and to be that open all the time is ultimately wonderful, but it takes a real willingness to be free and vulnerable and not know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And that can be a very scary place.
Oh yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So some of my favorite scenes were with you and Louis C.K.
Oh, good.
You guys hit such a subtly comedic stride.
Yeah, we really had a good thing going, man. It really worked out perfectly. Thank God. I mean, because I'm a massive fan of his. Oh, yeah. So just to be able to play with that guy was incredible. And then for it to be so, it felt very much like we were just two people playing a song together. So I loved it. I could have done a whole movie with that relationship.
I loved it. And you held your own comedically. Come on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I absolutely love the film, and we cannot wait to have it on AMC screens. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.